malnutrition is the greater evil. As has already been said, it reduces your output and it reduces your capacity in the GDP. Now, 4% loss of GDP is a tremendous loss. Unfortunately, much of the work that has been done is not in Pakistan on nutrition. Stray efforts or sparse efforts were made through the World Food Organization, which gave free soya products for converting them into biscuits and supplying to the children. Now that, of course, it's not a balanced nutrition, and it was costing the government, the institutions more, the government in fact more, to convert the free given aid given into an edible product. So that did not work, and it is not working. The program has been finished long ago. Unfortunately, nothing has been done after that. So if we take, recently Mr. Dar admitted, our finance minister, he admitted that 1 out of every 3 Pakistani did not have proper meals. Beyond that, nothing was said. There is no plan, there was no program, there is no budget allocated for fighting malnutrition or undernutrition. If we take the visionaries, like Mahatma Gandhi was a visionary. He mentioned that even God dare not approach a hungry man without food. This is how they highlight things to show the need and the importance of food. Indira Gandhi, in her successful campaign of 1971, mentioned that आगे चलाना ये वहीं पे रुक के खड़े हैं. Who's operating this? Mentioned that the fight, the battle, Indian battle will be for not only food but qualitative. And that was her successful campaign, 71. She went to the extent, now mind you, this is in India, a very large population was not eating eggs because they were considered to be live. They had a life in them, so they don't eat eggs. She went to the extent of saying that eggs are vegetarian, so that those who are not consuming it should consume it. It was so good. But here we are, we know the problem, but unfortunately we don't have the vision. The vision where it matters. We have a lot of vision. I'm sure you gentlemen sitting here and ladies sitting here all have visions. But unfortunately, the vision is not there where it is required. So we need to put into that vision. I hope in our lifetime we can do something about this to accelerate the process of meeting the protein gap and fighting the malnutrition. Now, there are a few suggestions that we have is to provide at least 2 eggs in the underdeveloped areas in schools, 2 eggs per week. It's not a big expense. It will probably cost 16 rupees per week. And the output of that would be a very efficient force, human force that we'll have, productive, capable of doing all kinds of work. Not that we are not capable right now, but look at the vast majority of the rural area. Their health and their productivity leaves much to be desired. Now, after this suggestion, I think there is a institution here which is called the Social Security. They have tremendous funds, but where is it being spent? It is being spent probably in some dispensaries somewhere, which are not even being utilized fully. So they have these funds, they can allocate the fund for feeding the labor force. I mean, the government can ask them to utilize those funds instead of, last I heard was, billions of rupees were taken by the government to install roads and to do certain other things in the previous regime. Why are we not utilizing those where it matters? I think we need to raise our voice and make the government realize that those funds need to be utilized for the welfare of the labor so that our productivity improves. Low energy means low output. So the only way to improve it is to provide nutrition, balanced nutrition with amino acids, energy. The other thing is that how can we most economically fill in that gap? Now, not because I'm a poultryman, but I'm talking about facts. Poultry is the quickest and the most economical way to fill in the protein gap. See, from 1 square foot of land, you see, there is no specific requirement of land. Every land, any quality of land can be utilized for poultry. It's not like agriculture that you need a specific kind of land to grow something. We can grow poultry in any kind of soil, whether it is a desert or it is the mountain hill top. We can produce them. There are no constraints in producing poultry. And we can produce it most effectively. In 1 square foot of area, we can produce 13 kgs of chicken per annum. 13 kgs from 1 single square foot. Similarly, we can produce eggs, tremendous quantity from a small area. In the modern houses, we can produce much more. By modern houses, I mean better ventilated houses, controlled environment houses, so we can produce even more. So that's the most, and the feed conversion ratio, the cost, about 1.6 kgs of feed can be converted to 1 kg of meat. Now that's a tremendous feed conversion. Against that, if you are producing meat from large animals, you need 7 kgs of feed to convert into 1 kg of live weight, not meat, it's live weight on the hoof. So it is the most economical way and the quickest way. In 6 weeks, in 5 weeks, you can have birds harvested and supplied to the public. And similarly, if you go forward, you can produce eggs. Within 24 weeks, the layers start laying eggs. And as I said, broilers live, you can harvest them at 6 weeks of age or 5 weeks of age, depending on the weight requirement. So these are it has a very short gestation period. It can be expanded very rapidly and at least cost. But unfortunately, concentration is not there. The allocation of funds in the public sector for disease control in poultry are insignificant. I mean, we need to have much better provisions for health disease control. which can produce even much better than what we are doing today. Now, the cost of unit of protein from chicken is only 79 pesos per gram of protein. And if eggs, it's about 1.07 rupee per gram of protein. And if you go to mutton, it's the most expensive. It's 3.57 rupees per gram of protein. And for beef is 2.86. So what stands out is poultry, eggs and meat, both. What we would request the universities and the schools is to highlight the need, not only in the schools, but also wherever you can, in discussions, wherever you sit, wherever you're socially meeting people, you can propagate the importance of nutrition. The government also needs to allocate. Now, we would like the academia writing on this subject. You see, we are selfish. We have a selfish interest. What we say becomes a selfish interest. I mean, people start doubting what we are saying. And that is why we have requested you, the academia, to be our voice.
Like you have a population of, for example, 100 birds, and there is an average of 1,000 grams going through. There will be some birds will be 800 grams, there will be another 1,200 grams or 1,300 grams. What will be the selection procedure is they select the heaviest bird for the breeding of the next generation. And this goes generation after generation, and it has gone for the last 100 years. That is how we do selection. No genetic manipulation. It is simple selection, no genetic manipulation, and no harm. I will request Dr. Professor Lasset, please.
So this data given over here is from National Nutrition Survey, and that was from 30,000 households conducted by our universities, supported by government of Pakistan, and it is the National Nutrition Survey of Pakistan's data that deficiency. What I was talking about in this slide was a little study conducted on the lipid-based nutrient supplement for pregnant and lactating mothers. We also read their nutrient intakes through their food frequency checklist as well as the 24-hour data. This was just a snapshot that when we went to Rajanpur and we evaluated the nutrient intake of 120 pregnant and lactating mothers, what was revealed over there. So this was just a snapshot, not the national average. So national average is over here. This is the National Nutrition Survey of Pakistan 2021 data, and then there is a National Nutrition Survey which decreased from 63% to 36% and 76% to 36% and kids are women, children and women respectively.
Thank you, Dr. Lasset. Now I will request Professor Sardar Rahman, Vice Chancellor of Ahmadiyya Medical University. Please give his comments.
Thank you for asking me to offer my comments. I think it's a wonderful presentation. Dr. Nasser has already been very useful center, and then I have now Professor Bajasa, and organized things well. I think there are lots of concerns. Some of them are more aesthetic. Like, for example, the question that we often find is from our faith directly. Doctor, you पूरी अपने दान में जो खड़ी हो सकती है, हमें कहाँ से अपने दान को बनाया? And then there's a long debate that people get into with one. The other thing is when it comes down to when one is doing big bird versus relatively smaller bird, total calories. Talking about individual constants in isolation is important. If you're dealing only with one
के पैसे वापस
If you're talking
करें
of an egg, and if you're
और
talking of a generation of people
नहीं रेट के
who do not have any protein intake, whereas someone who eats that egg is good for not good for
अब ये
consumption,
तब बात
when it comes down to underprivileged or deprived marginal population, everybody say, instead of getting them nothing,
उनकी स्टेटमेंट
get
बन रहा हूँ
nothing. So they when it comes down,
स्टेटमेंट आएगी
suppose that happens, right? And that's right. I need not want to be associated because currently somebody posted me something. कि आजकल की भक्ति की दुनिया में सिर्फ एक पान वाला ही सच्चा है जो पूछ के इतना लगा है So when association comes with a positive step and the positive step will then yield results, that is the stage when people start getting good advice. Even today, so what? Desi milk versus a broiler will fetch price which is that simply reflects the concepts of people. What is very good and what is not very good. We can debate why is that happening, but that kind of a concept is still present. When it comes down to cholesterol and cholesterol related issues, but any of the most of our colleagues used to say you wait till the time comes when the doctors will be injecting cholesterol into the veins of patients. So the pendulum keeps on swinging and for over individual. That first question immediately comes to one's mind. If at one stage the muscle of single company was strong, given that today the muscle of company association is stronger than the other. Now these kind of conversations do not mean anything for academia. Academia needs to have evidence-based picture to support and talk about. And once academia has evidence-based picture, then it is easier to talk about, easier to convince people, because then you are talking on experimental basis. And I think that is where the association needs to come up to fund the project. And I think even that was not the conflict of interest in many kind of such research. But ultimately that kind of research will have to involve that kind of conflict of interest. And beyond that, there will be nothing else. So we want to have head-to-head trials. And once that stage comes, when the academia will be talking about these things, I think we will be sailing a smoother ocean with a very clear direction.
Thank you very much, Doctor, for your valuable comments. Just to comment on one of the comments, that it is not only for the poor people that we are educating. In America, the average per capita income is $50,000, and they are consuming 45 kg per capita of chicken. They are consuming more than 300 eggs per capita per year. So, and it is not because chicken products are the cheapest. They are consuming because it is the best. Because they have the availability of beef, pork, fish, and other, and they have the capacity to buy. And by choice, they make the choice of chicken products. So now in America, chicken meat is #1 meat ahead of pork, beef, and mutton. So,
Good information up here. I would really like to comment on a couple of other things. See, the India is full of all kinds of research. You will find a research supporting egg and poultry, and you will find literature declaring egg and poultry as killers of humanity. So depends what kind of literature to create and what kind of literature to support that one. The other thing is that when it comes down to consumption of this, if you look at consumption, it just forces lives, overweight, that they have a consumer of that. If you go over to the higher side, which is economically strong, which is educationally strong, they still consume it, but their consumption, unfortunately, is not as much as the clarify it because many people have a different whole outlook versus very versatile of looking at things holistically. And the moment I do this term, people get bored, I know. But I think we need to look at everything. The issues are very complex as Dr. Khas said, but I think by using these terms, we can force people to take a step backwards. I think the issues can be very simple also. And simple issues not only make life simple, but easy also. Economics. If I am producing 10 liters of milk, and if I need money to keep my mobile alive, to have a telephone, and all other things, I'm not going to get a single dollar. I'm going to sell it at a good price, and maybe sell it out for at least 5 years, considering that it is a good price.
Thank you very much, Doctor. It's a very interesting discussion. We would like to go further on it, but we have some other guests also, and we would also like to get their comments. I would request Professor Dr. Ikra, also Vice Chancellor, University of Agriculture, please give his comments.
If we want to eliminate it, we cannot do it in one day. So the first thing is, when you want to do something, the first thing is you create the awareness. Once you are sensitized, then you plan how to do it. So, and then there is a stages. So then on one stage you become serious that okay, now is the time that you have to attain that zero level. So how can you go for that zero level? Once you have gone to the 90-95% level. So in Pakistan, as we have seen the poultry in last 25-30 years, we have really seen the improvement in the quality of poultry. So the diseases, particularly these communicable diseases, vertically transmissible diseases, they have gone down, but they are still present. And we have to see that how can we eliminate them, eradicate them. There are certain diseases for which we have to come to the final conclusion that we must eradicate them. And perhaps the one disease that should lead on this is salmonella, that we have to eradicate it from our populations. And this is something we have to be more serious about it. And how can we be more serious once we know about it? And as I mentioned, that what the Europeans have done, we have to do it now or tomorrow. So this is one way that we know that how you did it. So that is exactly the way that if we can follow, we can also do it. We have the people, we have the facility to do it. And today, I think it was a very nice presentation that it showed us the way that this is possible to do and we can also do it. Secondly, Mr. Olivier has given the global trends of poultry and the progress that Hubbard is making. There was promise in it that Hubbard has adopted some new technologies and it is working. And particularly they have used this technology on the new male M77, and we already have their first few generations on which we have done some tests, and according to those tests it is showing promise on the fertility, and initial results are showing 1.5 to 2% improvement, and similarly it is also showing some improvement in the total meat yield. So that we feel that the classic bird was always good on the production, but there were some challenges on the meat yield and the hatchability and fertility area. If these areas they are improved, then it can become a good combination. Breeder which is laying good eggs, and if it has good hatchability, means converted into chicks, and then the broilers can give more total weight, live weight, and then the total meat. So these are the areas in which we had been discussing today, and I think Hubbard and GPP together has been trying to do a good service to the poultry industry of Pakistan for last more than 30 years together, and we believe that one area in which beyond any doubt, and we feel confident that Hubbard and GPP has succeeded, has been the quality. So in Pakistan together we have tried to deliver the best possible quality of parent stock which is available anywhere in the world. I remember when back in early 90s we started the grandparent. At that time most of the parent stock was coming from abroad, and at that time we started and there was reluctance from the people that will the local production be comparable to the imported one, and later on it turned out that today we have everything locally produced and people in general are satisfied with the local production. So these are the trends that we have seen together, and they have been positive trends, and we believe that these are the trends which are going to help us in future also. Once again, I am thankful to the guest speakers who have come from France, and they have participated in IPEX. It is a big event for Pakistan and it is gaining momentum every year. So this year more than 6,000 people got registered, and more than 10,000 people we expect will be visiting this expo, and they are not registered. So unregistered people also. So this is a big event. So we see more and more international participation, and we are also looking forward to see you more regularly on the occasion of IPEX. And
Not only international participation as supplier, but also international participation as buyer.
yes, that's thank you for reminding me that now Hubbard has very graciously, and after seeing over the years, as I had mentioned, the GPP has done made a good effort in the direction of producing good quality product. Hubbard has decided to make Pakistan as part of one of their global supply chain. So we will also be supplying parent stock to other countries from here. So this is a recognition of the Pakistan poultry, and I think we all can feel happy and proud about it. Thank you very much, Mr. Olivier.
It is a need for Asia market and Middle East also. Because sometimes we cannot receive from the US, sometimes we cannot receive from Europe, so good market, they need to have strong possibilities for supply. Which in fact has helped us. This is also a combination of the needs, the demand, and
Yeah, I think it's going to help in one direction. It is going to help us that we will be part of the global supply chain, but on the other hand, I think for the local market, when you are part of the global supply chain, you have to meet certain standards. Mr. Jean, you are here. He would not have been here if this was not so. So they are also putting more and more pressure that the quality that Pakistan is producing should always be equal to the quality produced anywhere else in the world, whether it is France, Brazil or America. So this is going to help the poultry industry of Pakistan also, that overall the quality consciousness will improve, and that will help the industry get better performances.